We are now joined by attorney Rachel Fiset with more insight into this issue. Welcome, Rachel. All right. Seems like Rachel is getting ready to join us. There she is. Hello. Good morning, Rachel. Glad you can make it.
Good morning.
All right, we, of course, are talking about this landmark verdict. We're now seeing back-to-back verdicts, right? First in New Mexico, where Meta was hit with a $375 million penalty over child safety and exploitation. And now, of course, this LA jury finding platforms liable for product design. So how significant is it that courts in two different states are reaching similar conclusions?
Extremely significant. This is a really big deal for social media. This is obviously a terrible week for the owners of those companies, particularly Meta. But I think what we're doing is we are seeing how society is reacting to what they are finding out relating to the addiction, and basically the safety measures that they are finding are not in place, particularly for children and teens. The verdict in New Mexico was brought by the state. That is a statutory based verdict on multiple state violations and unfair practices, whereas the one in Los Angeles was brought by a single plaintiff herself based on the harm caused specifically to her by Meta's and YouTube's allegedly addictive technology. So two similar types of cases, but really brought in very different ways.
Interesting point. Now, Rachel, one of the many takeaways from this verdict is that jurors here in LA focused on product design rather than content. Are we seeing more pathways forming to get around long-standing protections for the tech companies?
Yes, that's right. So they did not focus specifically on what the content was, but whether the fact of how the technology was designed. She had testified that there was a day she went 16 hours of scrolling as a child on Instagram. So that they specifically got around how the content was designed, what she was looking at, and just that it was this technology that continued to fill her feed, and that in and of itself made it addictive. So yes, I think this really has formed a pathway as it relates to these suits going forward.
Rachel, these two cases, the one here in LA and New Mexico, they're being called landmark cases and are even being compared to big tobacco. Is this verdict likely to trigger a wave of lawsuits or even force changes in how social media platforms are designed moving forward?
Frankly, I think it will do both. This shows Meta, it shows the social media companies that people are going to continue to bring cases and can win these cases, which is really what this trial shows. It shows that a jury can be convinced that addiction and social media go together and cause harm. So I think we have 1,500 or so cases in the pipeline that will continue to go forward or get settled to avoid jury verdicts like this. There are 14 or so other states lined up to file the exact same kind of case and take the same exact kind of case to the jury that they did in New Mexico, and they're showing that the juries in New Mexico, the state juries can be convinced about sexual exploitation, sexual predators, and lack of safety measures. So yes, I think at this point they are on the hook for knowing there is very strong potential harm, and if they don't make changes, they will continue through time to see lawsuits and enforcement actions like these.
And Rachel, it's been reported that both Meta and YouTube are likely to appeal this verdict. What are the strongest arguments they have, and how likely are the verdicts to actually stick?
I think it's very likely that the verdicts stick. It's very hard to appeal jury verdicts. They are certainly going through looking at every possible kind of appeal, every single judge's ruling. But what they will do is, that appeal process will take years, most likely, as it relates to anything that they find, anything that the appellate court does. But frankly, it doesn't really matter as to the other cases that will continue going forward. Because what we see here is basically a benchmark that juries can and do find that there is harm caused by social media. So even if either of these cases are overturned on some kind of technicality, I frankly don't really think it matters for the other cases that now see that the floodgates could open.
As always, we certainly appreciate all of your insight. Rachel Fiset, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.